Welcome to Between the Lines podcast, where your boy Dub Q is here, kicking it with you on a beautiful day today, man. Look no further. You already see it. You already know what time it is. The Carolina Panthers have a bevy of coaches linked to the possible Panthers head coaching job, man. How do you guys feel about it? SeanPayton, Frank Rich, Leslie Frazier. I mean, you name it. Every coach that could possibly put their name in the hat is possibly trying to weigh in. I mean, Dan Quinn. Come on, bruh. But come on, let's get on into it, man. First and foremost, we all know that SeanPayton has made it kind of vocal, his feelings about the Carolina Panthers and the possible head coaching job, and how aesthetically nice it looks to the rest of the football league. And with that being said, you look at the Carolina Panthers as a whole before I list the coaches, we have a lot of studs on defense. Each layer we have a star. You got Brian Burns, Derek Brown on the defensive line. You got Frankie Louvu at linebacker. You have J.C. Horn as well as Jeremy Chin in the backfield. You have a great complimentary piece in Xavier Woods on that defense as well. Let's be real. This defense has a lot of star power and potential. But with that being said, you want to also make sure that as a head coach or anybody potentially vying for the head coaching position, that you can get the most out of those stars. Now, with that being said, just on the defensive side, I love our options and I love the guys that we have. But let's be real. How do you guys feel about a Dan Quinn possibly taking a look? A Leslie Frazier, when we've seen them in their backgrounds before, like Frank Rich just left the Indianapolis Colts. And when you have Stephon Gilmore and those guys that's supposed to be elite on defense like how they had this year, but you underachieve, it's not a good look, man. Look, all I'm saying is I would like a coach that's desirable, one, an offensive-minded coach, as well as a motivator, a guy that can get this team up, a guy that can make you feel like you can run through the brick wall. I like the option of SeanPayton, but the problem for me, and this is just me personally as a Carolina Panther fan, for years, I watched the scars that we have taken from this man, and it'll be hard for me to accept him as a Carolina Panthers coach. Simply, I say, because he has worn black and gold for nearly a decade. And we've seen him through the Cam era, through the Drew Brees era, through the Matt Ryan era. I mean, even the Jameis Winston era in the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This guy has been here for all that. And I said then he bleed black and yellow, and I still believe right now. He took a break, but he still bleeds black and yellow. To bring him in as a Carolina possible coach, it would take a lot for me to accept it. I get it. He's an offensive guru. He would take your team to the next elite level. We have the DJ Moores of the world. We have a great offensive line. We just need a quarterback to put it all together. We have a good running back in Deontay Foreman. But you got to look at, we lost some pieces. Christian McCaffrey, no longer with the team. Robbie Anderson, no longer with the team. We lost Matt Rule. We lost a bevy of coaches on both sides of the football. This team is one of those teams where it's now seeming to be attractive because, one, Steve Wilkes is out there and he's coaching his ass off for this new team. Two, just to be honest with you, we have a lot of young star firepower on this team. If you look at it, whether that be the offensive line where everybody's locked in for the next 3 years, other than Bradley Bozeman, everybody's locked in and young on the offensive line. You look at the defense. Everybody is young on the defense. I don't think half of those guys are over 25. So all of those guys are still on rookie contracts, and what you're seeing for them is budding star power, budding star firepower. If we all said if Brian Burns can get it together and get a counterpartner beside him, look out. This year he has double-digit sacks, but if he ever got somebody opposite of him or had a coach that could come in and pick someone to give him some help, Who knows? Could have been like a Will Anderson of the world. This guy could jump off the screen and get you 15 to 18 sacks. Who knows? All I'm saying that this is a very appealing coaching job for the next coach that will be coming in. I believe that Steve Wilks, on the pace that he is going, could possibly win us in the trajectory of 7 to 8 games this year. And with that being said, how do you guys feel about that possibly being, a space for him? Because if he go out after taking over this team after 1-5, and then he goes out and he wins you 7 straight to win 8 totally, I mean, would you not consider him for the head coaching position? I mean, let's just be real. This guy has done everything that he could to solidify himself or cement himself into this race. David Tepper would be a fool to overlook him. I like Steve Wilks. I like what he brings to the table. He gives me that old school pastor feeling, that bishop feeling. I like what I get from him, man. He's a straight up honest guy, and he would always shoot to you straight, even when he in the media. So with that being said, if he goes out there, he earns the job. He's already giving you more. He's already giving you equal to what Matt Rule is giving you, and he's doing it with less than what Matt Rule had. 5 wins right now. Right now, Steve Wilks is in my book, a very viable candidate for the head coaching position. I just truly believe that he's a guy that you can't overlook, no matter how many wins he gets. And with that being said, this Sunday, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up. If he wins that game against Mike Tomlin, I mean, we already done see him out-coach Pete Carroll. You can't overlook this guy. I say if he get the Steelers and then we go out and we win another game, to me, this guy is coach of the year after taking over a 1-5 team and getting them to the heights where he getting them to. Because imagine if we win the division, and it's all namely and solely because of Steve Wilks. You can't deny him at that point in time, because I'm telling you right now, with a division win or with just going to the division would be huge for Steve Wilks in the city of Charlotte. That would get us back to prominence. That'll get us back to where we need to be, at the top of the division, winning. Prosperity, that's a culture change. That's what David Tepper said he wanted. He wanted this guy to come in and change the culture. And what better way to change the culture than to come in, take over a 1-5 team, and take them to a division playoffs. Woo! I'll sign up for that any day of the week. Because a lot of these guys, speaking to you guys too, I'm looking at you, dead at you right now. Y'all wrote the Panthers off. Said the season was over. Said it was a wash. There's no need for us to continue watching. That's what you said. But Steve Wilks said, no, sir. Not on my watch. I'm going to come in, I'm going to set the atmosphere, and I'm going to lay down and show y'all what Cardiac Cats is all about. And I love the mentality from Steve Wilks. There's no fight, there's no lay down, there's no die. Never say die. I get it. You guys want a quarterback. I get it. You guys feel like quarterback is the number one most important thing. And you guys also feel like, why go to the division playoffs if you're going to get stumped? Who says we're going to get stumped? When you play the type of smash mouth football that we playing, it's hard for a team to stop that. When you know what's coming, but you can't stop it, oh my God. Steve Wilks is an old school Ron Rivera type of coach, and I love it. He gives me Ron vibes, he really do. Now, we haven't seen a type of prominence like this since Ron Rivera. And he got us to a Super Bowl, running the football with an elite defense, with a quarterback that didn't have to do too much. But we still had Cam at the time that was a superstar with no-name receivers. So I'm just putting that out there. There's a possibility for anything to happen. Mark my words. Now, you guys ask me how I feel about the coaching candidates. Dan Quinn, I don't care for because of his record. Let's just be honest. To me, he's a mediocre coach. I don't want that in Carolina. If you want to settle for anything, you go with what you already have. Because what you have is showing you with less than he's winning multiple games right now. What you also want to do, if you like the SeanPaytons of the world, and I mean you really like them, are you going to trade or give up any information or any picks to get this or acquire this guy? Because it's going to take picks to acquire this guy. We have picks. We have multiple picks that we can give up. But is it worth us getting a SeanPayton? Now, granted, I get what SeanPayton could do to this team. Imagine his brilliant offensive mind with a young quarterback and the weapons that we could have on this team. It would be dangerous. We could have a high-powered offense. It would be good. Can you see him as your coach, though? Can you look past the black and yellow? Can you trust him to be the guy that leads your team? It's hard for me. This is just me being real with y'all. Giving y'all a little real talk about what's on my chest. It'll be hard for me to do it. I don't see him as the op anymore because he's not currently coaching for the team, but it's hard for me to just look past that black and yellow. So, Leslie Frazier, I don't even consider him to be on my radar. Now, what I do like, and this guy wasn't linked to it, I do like D'Amico Ryans, a brilliant defensive guy that can come in, set the atmosphere, really get these guys going. You see how he's doing it in San Fran right now. That's all D'Amico Ryans on that defense. I love it. I'll take him. Ken Dorsey from the Buffalo Bills, the quarterback's coach. I'll take him. A young, brilliant mind that can come in, spread the ball around, and make plays. That's what we need here in Carolina. I'm telling y'all right now, the era for the coach is just getting ready to begin. I just want to know, down in the chat, where do you guys align? Where do you guys see yourself going? Who are you leaning towards? Is there a coach that I didn't cover that you guys like? I mean, make sure that you comment and put it down in there. I would like to interact with you guys, man. This is stuff that I just like doing. This is real talk from Q's heart. And I'm telling you right now, I like some of the stuff that I've been hearing that's coming out here because it's intriguing to me. Should we keep Wilkes? Should we roll with a guy like SeanPayton? Should we look at a D'Amico Ryans? Should we go with the young, innovative Ken Dorsey? Man, Tepper has one hell of a decision to make, and I promise you guys, it will not be a dry eye in this offseason because, one, we can't allow it to be because this is the time to get everything right. You guys said it. You guys want it. You want to see consistent football here in Carolina, and picking the coach is the first step into doing it. Now, with that being said, make sure if you like this video, you subscribe, show that love, hit our Discord. Man, me and your homie Wade, we're going to be dropping videos. Y'all already know what time it is. This is Between the Lines podcast where I keep your ass in line. So show that love, y'all. All right.